Welcome to Modular Hippo, the channel where I'm trying to build a 36-foot aluminium boat in my backyard. This is episode 26 of the actual boat build itself, and in this episode I'm going to look at stage 23.5, which is the cost tracking of the Mast Support Column, as well as some ongoing work around the battery boxes that I am building. So let's take a look. As mentioning in a previous episode, the play I have between the bow rollers and the sides here is a little bit too much. Right now it's 17.5, and against all the great advice I've been given, it should probably be more in line with 2 millimeters on each side. So I'm going to do a spacer, create a spacer here that is 6.7, and then I'll do another one that's here, which also is 6.7, and then I do a one that goes straight through here and has a flange of 6.7 and then another 6.7 here. So that should, when printed and mounted, leave me with 2 millimeter gap on each side, and that play should then be much less. So let's give that a go. So on paper it would look something like this. So this one goes in the middle, and then there would be 3 of these little spacers, 2 on one side and a third one on the other side. Two small issues so far. One is that I have printed these with a 15% infill, which means that they're not going to be strong enough. So I'll put a new print on where there's 100% infill to make it a solid block of a shoulder bush. The other one is that, so yeah, the actual spacers itself works great. I have 2 mil on each side now, which is much better than the big gap that I had before, and I also have no contact between the steel and the aluminium, which is great. One thing I've noticed is that once I use a precise guide in the middle, then I'm off center on this side, which means that this won't fit. So I will probably have to sand out the middle part here a little bit so I can angle the rod a little bit to this side. These aren't spinning, they are more for protecting the aluminium from the steel or the steel from the aluminium, so there's no corrosion. So it should be fine because these rollers are oversized to spin freely on this axle, even though they expand a little bit when they are wet. I think I can just modify the middle piece and then align this up, and then I should be able to put the end piece on. But I'll do that with the when I have the second print ready. Don't know if you can see, but we are literally talking about a millimeter on this side, so we should be able to tweak that. So the idea is that instead of sanding the aluminium frame, I have created an off-center middle shoulder bush. So as you can see, it is thicker in one end and thinner in one. I think it's 3.2 millimeter there and 1.2, and hopefully that should guide the rod in its right position. So let's give that a go. It worked a treat. So it now slides in with no problems whatsoever because the rod is aligned by the off-center plastic plug in the middle, and we have no contact between aluminium and stainless steel. So I think my work here is done. Good morning. Bank holiday Monday in the UK, so it's a perfect opportunity for me to go and pick up the battery box. So quite excited about that. So let's go and get it. now got the battery box in the work unit. So my next step will be to put the battery without the batteries in it into this box to make sure that it fits properly. If it fits properly, I can then start putting together the second box and also start to put together all the electronics that's going to be sitting here, and also work on all the little ideas I have around keeping all the electronics dry so it doesn't corrode. So let's push forward. With the battery in place, it looks like this. So the whole battery has been pushed into its bottom corner here. I'm going to use these spacers on each side and potentially maybe a thin layer of rubber as well. And then you have the same at the rear here. And I am going to design an L-shaped bracket that sits here that secures the box in this direction. That will also hold little slots for a plastic sheet that will protect the aluminium box from the next sheet where I will be attaching all the electrical components, so that there is no metal from the attachment bolts and everything touching the box itself. So that's the next step on the box adventure. This week I've also managed to put an order in for the material of bulkhead number 6, and that is if starting the count from the bow towards the aft. This is the bulkhead that is attached to the mast support column that I'm doing the cost tracking for in this episode, and I should be able to pick the bulkhead parts up from being laser cut later next week. Stage 23.5, this is the mast support column. In these cost calculations, it's only the box itself, so the actual Delrin wheels and these ears, as well as all the small parts around here, are all part of another stage. So the cost tracking is for this actual box itself, the support column. This side will later be welded onto the keel box itself, but it's too early to do so now, so this is as far as I can take it before this goes on to the actual final boat build stage. Stage 23.5, mast support column. Total spend for this part came to 719.87 Great British pounds, which is roughly $974.79 US. Of that, material stood for 433.01 Great British pounds, which is roughly $586.35 US. That is around 60.15% of this stage cost. The other part of the cost was the external labor, which came to 286.86 Great British pounds, which is roughly $388.44 US, and that stood for 39.85% of that stage cost. If I break the external labor down, we had external welding came to £200, which is roughly $270.82 US, and the laser cutting came to 86.86 Great British pounds, which is roughly $117.62 US. Conclusion. With the stage 23.5, the whole project have now reached a total spending of 23,657.45 pence in Great British pounds, which is roughly $30,484.84 US. The breakdown of that is parts and material is now 50.59%, external welding 12.24%, external laser cutting 7.10%, external lathing and machining 13.36%, and tools and miscellaneous is 8.89%, and finally the build plans themselves, which is 7.81% of the cost. If anyone is interested in this Google Doc, then you can find the URL to the document in the description below. As always, thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, feel free to do so. And if you have, then I'll see you next time. If you're interested in the motor build, there is a separate playlist for that. There's also a separate playlist for the components that I'm going to use on the boat as well. If you have any concerns, any questions, any ideas, please stick them in the comments and I will respond within 24 hours. Until next time, enjoy your week. Take care.